Yo, what is going on YouTube? I am Germ here. Today we are checking in with Reckless and Kcorp once again. This has really been one of my favorite video series that I have done throughout all of 2022 has just been tracking Reckless and Kcorp, his journey, from G2, from falling off so hard and the disaster and the disappointment that was the 2021 season for both Reckless and G2 to going down to the ERLs, landing in an amazing situation, an amazing scenario in the LFL, in EU Masters, in the ERLs with Kcorp, and just all the crazy stuff they do on a week-to-week basis. I mean, there's always something to talk about. One, because Reckless is a great player, an interesting player, an amazing player, a popular player, and Kcorp is just constantly pushing the boundaries. I want to say pushing the boundaries of like an ERL team, but it's not even that. They're pushing the boundaries of esports organizations, LOL esports, LEC, whatever. Kcorp does things insane. They do things big. They do things crazy. And there's no way we can talk about, this week. I don't know if this is week 3 in the LFL season or whatever. That we're going to be recapping. Week 4, I believe, is about to start. But there's no way we can talk about this without talking about what Kcorp did this past week with the KCX2 event. This was a live, in-person, this stuff is still kind of feels new and kind of feels special because 2022, the last couple months, this is the first kind of taste we are getting of live and in-person events again. And I think people have kind of forgot how there is so many ways that we should and need to keep pushing the boundaries and keep going forward in terms of what a live event is. We see the LCS, we see the LEC, and we're excited that fans are back for the LCS and LEC, but in so many ways, the LEC and LCS, the broadcasts are stale, they're boring, people aren't interested, people aren't excited. We hear, it's cool hearing the fans back in the LCS and LEC, but we hear people that are going saying, the environment's not there, it's just not as exciting, it's not as cool, fans are kind of down, fans are not that hyped right now in general. And you just think, to like what Riot has done over the years at like Worlds and MSI finals and all this crazy stuff. And we've been deprived of that over the last couple of years. So to see Kcorp coming out and doing something this insane was very, very awesome. Here's a video of, that somebody took as the stadium was filling up. I'm not sure what stadium this is. I can't remember the name, but this was the stadium that I believe the 2019 World Finals were held in. And I believe that's the year, G2 made it to the finals. That crowd, that stadium, that venue was insane. And just thinking back to all those memories just kind of gives me goosebumps of, Carlos carrying around the flag and all that stuff. Yeah, they get 3-0'd. We know how the story plays out, but just leading in and the ceremony of the World Finals, all that stuff was so sick. So here's a video of, just what this thing looked like. They're in a massive stadium. And like really what this looks like to me and what this reminds me of is, I was at the LCS finals in Houston and that's what this looks like. That's what this feels like. That's, the magnitude that we're talking about. I'm not sure exactly how many fans they got into this thing, but I think it was in the range of like 10,000, which is insane. That's insane for like an LCS or an LEC final. Yeah, you can get 10,000 pretty consistently, pretty easily. It'll usually, sell out or get you in that range. But this is for an LFL regular season game. And yes, this is like, this is an event. This is KCX2. This is a Valorant game into a, regular season LFL game. So it's bigger than normal, but still, these are fans going to an LFL regular season game, an ERL, not even EU Masters, below that, like below LEC, below EU Masters, ERLs. Yes, the LFL is the best ERL, and they're kind of the ones dominating EU Masters as of late, but this is insane. This is LCS, LEC finals level. This is world final level event and venue for an LFL regular season game. And we heard Kometo talking about this coming into it. He's saying, a lot of LEC teams wanted Riot to put a stop to this event. He's saying they were mad. He's saying they're jealous that they can't do stuff like this. And when he was just talking about it, I'm not sure we even knew, what this was really going to be like. Or I'm not sure if a lot of people understood what this was going to be like. And now that people have seen this, I see on Reddit, I see on Twitter, people are like, yeah, this is crazy. There's no way Astralis, SK, these teams in the LEC, there's no way they could even think about doing something like this. Like if they tried to do something like this, how many people would show up? Would even thousands of people show up? Would even low number of thousands? Or would it be like hundreds? It's crazy the difference between Kcorp and even Koi in the ERLs right now and even most of the LEC teams. What teams in the LEC could even think about doing this? G2, Fnatic, is that it? Are those the only other two teams? Like, this is crazy, and this also just makes you realize how the LEC needs Kcorp and how they need Koi. This I thought was really, really cool. A thing that they did at this KCX2 event, and just kind of shows you guys the atmosphere and everything that was going on. I don't know how loud this is going to be, so just fair warning.
What's the color? What's the color? I said, what's the color? Let's go! Let's go!
I mean, that's just insane. I mean, that's the Blue Wall fans just going absolutely nuts, going absolutely insane. Another absolutely sick moment from this event was this Reckless's walkout, and Kcorp tweeted this out. The king in the north. This was Reckless getting introduced and walking out with the fans. I mean, he is a rock star in France right now. In the ERLs, in the LFL, he is living just an insane life. And again, this is him getting demoted from the LEC, not even being able to play in the LEC, having to go down for a year and play in the minor leagues, and he's making a ton of money. He had a crazy buyout. He won an EU Masters title, and again, he is like a god over there right now, and this is insane, and I'm so happy that things worked out like this for Reckless.
Avec le numéro 8. Est-ce que ça y est? Vous commencez à comprendre?
I mean, that's crazy. I mean, the fans are just like all over, and so many fans. Those white jerseys are so clean too, so sick. And yeah, just crazy, because you got to think about, how many players just sat out this last split, and how many players are even sitting out right now. Like right now, you got like Self-Made last split, and you have Nemesis last split. You had guys like Niski, Jensen, all these guys, and then Reckless. He's a guy who's like, yeah, fine, I'll play in the ERLs. Yeah, I'll take a chance. Yeah, I'll go do this crazy thing. Why not? Let's see what happens. Let's see how it goes. And, it seemed to have paid off really, really well for him. It's going to be really cool to see how the rest of the season goes, and then, if he gets back to the LEC or whatever. But, man, this KCX2, absolutely insane. Just an smash it 10 out of 10 event. EU Masters, they tweeted out this stuff after the whole event was over. They tweeted out goosebumps. This is such a sick picture. You see the KCX on the stage, you see the blue wall. I mean, that's just so cool. You have all the fans, the crowd going crazy. You have obviously Sakin up on stage taking it all in, the white jersey super clean, and then you have Reckless coming out, getting mobbed. Just a very, very dope picture. And I just had to cover this story for you guys. Had to let everybody know just about the magnitude and the level and the insanity of stuff that Kcorp is doing right now, because I'm a huge fan, and I love it. And I wish the LCS and LEC would try to push the boundaries more, would try to do more cool stuff, try to do more crazy stuff more often, and really, blow this thing up. Show people how cool and how awesome these things can be. Get the fans excited. Make these events, even regular season games, even playoffs before the finals, make these things crazy and fun and awesome, because it can work. Now, I'm not saying Kcorp could do this every single week or for every single game or anything like that, but hey, every once in a while, there should be events. There should be bigger things to get people hyped up and excited, and I think Kcorp understands that, and they're doing this right. Unfortunately, getting into the games did not go so well for Kcorp. Obviously, this game, the KCX2 game, Kcorp did end up losing, which is really cool by Misfits Academy to be able to, like at an event like this for Misfits Academy to stand up and actually win. Very, very cool and interesting. Zanzara obviously on Misfits Academy now. Vander, Woolite. There's definitely some decent names on this team. We had Reckless going 2, 3, and 4 on the Misfortune, and overall Kcorp just not getting the win in that one, but still an amazing event. They did bounce back the next day and take a win against Vitality B, which is a team that's always kind of played them pretty well, but it seems like Kcorp usually gets the best of them. Reckless 5, 2, and 5 on the Ezreal. Not really anything too crazy from anybody else in this game. Hontera with a decent game, 1-1-9. Cabochard with the Sejuani top. But yeah, Kcorp would get the win. And then in the last game of the week, going up against the undefeated LDLC. This team was probably the best team in the LPL in the spring. And then, they're looking like the best team in the LPL in the summer. Or not the LPL, the LFL. And they get the best of them again. Aka 4-0-11 on the AP Zeri mid. We had Reckless going 0-2-1, Sakin 6-5-2, but it was not enough. And Kcorp goes 1-2 this week. They are now tied for third place in the LFL with Vitality B, but obviously they just beat them, so they are kind of clearly ahead of them. But they are 1 game back of Game Ward, and they are now 3 games back of the LDLC. We'll have to see how that goes. This coming week, we actually have them taking on Team Oplon and then a Game Ward. And obviously Game Ward is in second place, so it'll be a very, very big matchup. We'll have to see how that one goes. But either way, even though they only went 1-2, kind of an unsuccessful week in that regard, still a massively successful week for Kcorp in many other ways. And again, this team needs to be in the LEC. Reckless needs to be in the LEC. we'll have to wait and see what happens. But that's pretty much it for this video today, guys. Let me drop a like if you did enjoy it. I would appreciate that so much. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what you guys thought about KCX2, what you think about Kcorp Reckless, anything that's going on. I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts and opinions. Subscribe, save today, and all my latest content. We'll catch you guys on the next one. But until then, peace.